Hi everyone, Splatter Trigger here today, and today I'm going to be showcasing my Xbox collection. There will be no 360 titles here, and I'm just going to be showing off the original Xbox titles that I have in my collection. It's not a big collection, but I just had to show it off, And when the system was out, when the Xbox, PS2, and GameCube was out, I actually owned all three systems. I still own them. But that was during a time when I kind of got out of gaming, and out of the three systems, the PS2 was more my favorite. It's not that I hated the Xbox; it's just that the type of games I was into were not too available on the Xbox at the time when I was into gaming before I got out. So I'm going to start off here with showing a couple of the preview discs that came and the demo discs that came with the magazines. And the first one I'm going to show off is issue 18. It was released in May 2003, and I got this just for the Wolfenstein demo. Next up will be issue 34's disc. I think I picked this up for Sudeki because I kind of liked the way it looked, and I remember playing it and not liking it at all. Issue 35, September 2004, I believe it says. Yes, it does. And I picked this up actually for the Red Star demo because I was a huge fan of the comic, and I waited forever for the game to come out. The only problem was when the game came out, I was already out of gaming, so I never actually picked it up. Next up, I picked this up for Outrun 2. And most of these, I don't even think I picked up the magazine. I think a buddy of mine was a manager at EB back in the day and would hook me up with stuff. Sometimes people would cut open the magazines to read, and the discs would be lying around. Now, the next one up is the Conquer Live and Reloaded demo. I don't think this came with the magazine at all. I don't remember how I got my hands on this, but it was pretty neat to have this and find it, sitting downstairs in the garage. So. Next up is a limited edition bonus DVD, Fable bonus DVD. It was an EB exclusive. I think GameStop had their own as well, but I'm not sure what, I don't remember basically. So any information you guys want to give, like I say, I always leave the door open. Don't crucify me because my memory is a little shot here sometimes. So, but I like the fact when you guys leave comments to fill in the information that I missed or neglected. This is actually pretty cool. What I have here is an Advent Rising bonus DVD, and if my memory serves correctly, this game actually never came out. This is actually still sealed. I don't know if you can see that, but it's still sealed. And I have this because a friend of mine was waiting forever for this game to come out. It was a huge, I don't know, he had a hard on for it, and he had all these promo posters and whatnot, and it just, yeah, I'm 99.99% sure it never came out, but I could be wrong. I don't think it did though. And now we're going to start off with the titles. These first, I think, 4 I got down here all sealed, and everybody and their mother probably had them on Xbox. But first off, ignore the price tags too, is because I don't think I actually paid for the actual price that are on here for them. But it's the limited edition Jade Empire. As you can see, it's still sealed. I don't know why I didn't get into this game because I really wanted to, and I just didn't. I never opened it up. I think I bought it and then I was done. It's just one of those titles that is in my pile of shame, I guess. Next up is Grabbed by the Ghoulies. I don't know why. I know why I have this. I'm lying. I know. It was actually given to me. If I bought it, I would man up and fess to it, but I had no interest in this game. But a friend of mine actually was really into this and beat it from beginning to end, and I just remember watching him play it, and I was bored out of my mind. But that's still sealed as well. Next up is the limited collector's edition of Doom 3. Never opened this. I've actually never played this game either. Let's see, it's still sealed. I was a big fan of Doom back in the day on the PC, but never actually played Doom 3 and probably missed out. Next up is Fable. I had this on reserve. Came out. Never played it. Well, I played it, but not this version. Played it over my buddy's house for some time. But yeah, it's the original Fable. And the next stack of games I actually played, opened up and whatnot, and they're really ready to go. Obviously, most of you people with an Xbox have most of these games. So I'm gonna start off with the Halo. I mean, everyone has this, and I'm not into first-person shooters, I'll be honest with you. I'm really not. I actually like this, and that's probably why I held on to it. And it was more likely for the co-op mode because my brother and I played through it. But not a big fan of first-person shooters, but I did like the original Halo. Another co-op game I liked playing was the Lord of the Rings Two Towers, and it wasn't that, the greatest game by standards, but it was fun. It was very fun. I'll have to give it that. And my brother and I had a lot of fun with this, playing off and on. Even though I'm not a fan of first-person shooters, I loved Wolfenstein. Loved it to death. I had a fun time with this game. Next up is my love for Metal Slug, and it was Metal Slug 3. I had this on reserve when it came out, and I was really psyched about this because it was like the first one I think released stateside since Metal Slug X on the PS1, if I'm not mistaken. Next up is a Koei title, Crimson Sea. I don't remember too much about this, but I know I played it. I know I put some time into it, but it's been years, so. But, yeah, I not really ringing a bell here. The beautiful original Ninja Gaiden. Had a lot of fun with this game. Being a fan of the original first three Nintendo, I had to pick this up when it came out. I got it on a reserve. I actually have like one of those cloth wall scrolls that was a pre-order bonus somewhere. I don't know where it is, but I know it's still around. I know I didn't get rid of it, and when I find it, I will showcase it to you guys. Next up, this game was hard as hell. Gun Valkyrie, Sega title for the Xbox, and I just remember this game kicked my butt all over the place. Really hard game from what I remember. And any of you guys who beat this game, congrats to you, because I didn't. It kicked my butt. It really did. Next up are two of my favorite titles on the Xbox, and they're not that they're really great games. It's just the story and the noir crimeness of it. But it's Max Payne and Max Payne 2, and I had a fun time with these games. This one is very memorable to me because my brother and I actually bought it and played through it like, every time he died or whatever, we switched past the controller back and forth, and actually beat it like 6 hours or something in one day. And I just returned it and waited for the price to drop on it, a year later went back and picked it up since the memory's all saved on the hard drive. So, but yeah, Max Payne 1 and Max Payne 2, two of my favorite Xbox titles. And what would I own an Xbox without actually having Panzer Dragoon Orta? This is a great game. Not the best of follow-ups, but it was an awesome game all around. If you want to look at the back art there. Next up is Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time, and I had a fun time with this game. This game was actually, I feel like it's a classic to me, but that's just my opinion, but I know I had a great time with this. It's awesome 3D platformer. And by far, I'm going to have to say, maybe not a lot of you are not going to agree with me, but you may be looking forward to the sequel, the pseudo sequel coming out. But one of my favorite games, and it wasn't a great game, but it was my favorite because I'm a big fan of the genre, and that's Red Dead Revolver. And I had a ton of fun with this game, even though it was just basically half of what it should be. There was so much more that could have been done with this if Capcom ever finished it, but thankfully Rockstar picked it up, and it seems that the follow-up is going to be what it should have been all along. But I had a lot of fun with Red Dead Revolver. And finally, last one in here. Most of you hardcore gamers, you old guys like me, are wondering why this title I haven't shown it, and you're probably realizing now what title I have in my hands. Shenmue 2, yeah, not much of a, you had the European release on the Dreamcast. That was the only English version really available to us, but when this came out I had to get it, and which was pretty cool is that they had a bonus DVD of Shenmue the movie, which was basically most of the cutscenes from the first one to catch you up on the story. But thanks for watching. That's my Xbox collection. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to be having more collection vids coming soon, and a few other surprises up my sleeve. So I hope you guys had a fun time. Keep watching, and if you like what you saw, subscribe, and